Back when I first started playing Mobile Legends, way back in Season 2, the very first hero I ever saved up 24,000 battle points for was Chou. He was my first main. And here's the crazy part, 8 years after his release, he's still popular as ever, still finding ways to stay in the meta. So today, we're diving into the story of his origin, what made him absolutely broken at launch, why he became the most played hero in Mobile Legends' biggest tournaments, and the legacy he built over the years. This is the story of Chou. Chou was introduced in December of 2016 as the Kung Fu Boy, with a design that clearly draws inspiration from Bruce Lee and the martial arts pop culture. His default look, the yellow tracksuit and nunchucks, along with his abilities, pay tribute to Bruce Lee's legacy. For example, his first skill is even called Jukundo, named after the martial art Bruce Lee himself founded. His skill tree, the Way of Dragon, references one of Lee's films, and his in-game quotes echoes some of Bruce Lee's most famous lines.
Empty your cup in order to fill it again.
This obvious homage made Chou instantly iconic among martial arts fans, but the aesthetics were just the beginning. Chou wasn't just a Bruce Lee tribute, he was secretly one of the most broken heroes in Mobile Legends history. When Chou launched, he was one of the few heroes without mana or energy, so he could spam skill non-stop. His passive enhanced basic attack could stun enemies, and his second skill was also insane. It granted him full CC and damage immunity. Time it perfectly, you could dodge any crowd control or burst. The first two phases of his first skill also slowed enemies, making escaping even harder. Put simply, Chou was easy to pick up and terrifying on 1v1s. So imagine trying to fight a hero with almost unlimited dashes and stuns built into his every kit. That was Chou on release. This dude could practically perma-stun you. By the end of 2017, Moonton had to step in. Chou received a full model rework that ditched the iconic Bruce Lee look for a more dynamic, youthful martial artist design. Gameplay changes came too. The stun on his passive basic attack was removed and the second skill was nerfed. It lost its damage and CC immunity and initially gave a seal instead, though later they gave him both seal and CC immunity back. But these changes were applied gradually throughout 2017. Even after those nerfs, Chou still stood out as one of the game's best fighters. He was commonly played as a bruiser, a fighter or an off-tank who built mostly defense items because he could soak a lot of damage while still dishing out decent damage. In early ML tournaments up to pre-M1, there was one thing that made him especially terrifying: the scarcity of escape tools. The game had far fewer dashes and CC immunity abilities back then, so if Chou closed the gap, you often had nothing but Purify, Hope and a dream to live. The lack of counter made his engage deadly.
Look at that! And that's a farming banget. Oh, Daddy Shark berada di sana. The Way of Dragon harus dikeluarkan, tercolek tentunya. The OG Shadow Q is here, but the other two members intermittent. This will be first blood and first blood.
Bayad at kayang double kill, going over to this Hayabusa. Pero ako si Archie, trying to sustain as much as he can, kasi naka-triple kill.
Jalan lagi. Order Brilliance masih bisa digunakan, tapi kali ini One sendirian, Redu bakal kena dua Way of Dragon. Daripada seorang Darky James dan Reserva dengan One-nya hilang. Arsema.
Targeting in this level 1, Lord, nagpadilim naman si Hellkirk. Kaso mukhang hindi na makakapasok sila. Lord has been secured by the blue team. Violet Light Flame na naman.
Round is still over. Yes, my lord, but the timers are quite short. And we go the push. Ace pumasok.
As MLBB evolved, so did the heroes. More blink skill, more purify options, and more abilities that counter or outright avoided Chou's kit. In Pro scene, new fighters brought better utility. Heroes like Terizla, Xbog, and Masa offered stronger sustain, superior zone control, and greater objective pressure. So they started to take over the role, and Chou began to fall off as a fighter. But while the pros shifted away, the casual Chou players doubled down on something else. Players started building Chou with full damage, playing him like an assassin. His enhanced basic attack paired with quick skill combos let him delete squishy carries in seconds. Moonton wasn't exactly thrilled with this direction. They rolled out patch after patch trying to cut his burst and 1v1 potential. For example, on this patch, they completely removed crits on his passive. And on this patch, his first skill stun duration was reduced and ulti cooldown increased. My boy was getting nerfs in every other patch. But Moonton also shifted his strengths towards utility and roaming, like on this patch where they buffed his tankiness and seals. And on this patch, his blink distance over obstacles was increased, improving his mobility as a roamer. With the burst tuned down, his role in pro plays shifted. He became primarily a roaming initiator. In early M series metas, Chou thrived in sustained teamfight comps with heroes like Grok, Axborg, and Kimi. Why? Because he was one of the few heroes who could completely bypass the enemy front line and dive straight into the back line.
So much of that output coming from Finn as well as Sin. And here comes that kick that will connect, and there goes one. They picked up.
With the jungle emblem, he's gonna be able to push down the bottom. Wanna go for the Grok this time.
That is a wild card there.
No way!
The dragon, you look at Ura in the bottom lane, just clearing it out, and Donkey just confusing and separating RRQ. Another bomb kick into the face of the Tams, and once again, a beautiful pick off.
As metas evolved, his value remained high. In later tournaments, Chou paired perfectly with almost every team comp. His trademark kick isolated priority targets, setting them up for his teammates to finish the job.
Clothesline from hell to clear out this way, but there's 4 members. Way of the Dragon by Lusty, and that's gonna be 1 taken out.
Goal for the moment, but Lusty going for the catch onwards through BDD. They try to make a run. Wave of the Dragon already connects.
Words here, but the items are now out. That's just
Lusty.
here. Lusty goes in, catches this first, and that is going to be the first line of defense down.
Isn't there either, so regardless, Ace, he can't get...
Dragon in towards the middle, and you can see the looks after tearing them apart.
As well as rejuvenate in hopes that Lusty gets in time. He flickers on backwards, kicks back, Ace into the fight. He keeps calling his up, but the damage has been done. Lordy can get...
Yo, let's see if he can do this. Mobazane already on it. Nature going in.
You could go in the way, Dragon! Look at the cane right there, and Mobazane gets picked off. Picked up, White Chicken jumping onto Marky, no damage just yet. Delarski able to peel away. Way of the Dragon! Kill is being picked up by Kyrie. Victor jumps in with the point side, 1 on the 4 members.
Ohab using this. White Chicken's getting to get attacked.
Wait a minute, Brilliant's still there. Will the Raphael be able to snipe? Oh my god! Anything done. Shark is not caught on the mission at all. It's going to be Circle even connecting on him. Haji goes in with the Dragon and not get to connect. Look at the follow-up.
They're putting so much pressure on Mobazane. They know that when BTK is back on the ropes,
able to bring Victor back to his team. Wise is there, right there. The Shark is going to be there. Way the Dragon is going to use onto Victor. And look at the damage. Oh my god. He's coming in.
Beloshi walks into the line of fire. That's going to be a knockup on Haji. Way the Dragon into Marty. As Edward knocks him out. Wise gets the kill. He's taking him down. Oh, he'll blast him into oblivion. As Beloski is also going to do the same. But Nathan's still alive.
Wise!
Off of that. Oh, him dashing forward. Nathan's the only one left. We're about to crown another world champion. Ladies and gentlemen, Blacklist International have done it. This is going to be a 4-0 sweep.
A complete shutout for Blacklist International as they shut down the dreams of our Philippines. Ladies and gentlemen, your M3 World Champions, Blacklist International.
Many players built their reputation on Chou, including R7, Yeli Hayes, and most notably Yawi. At M4, Eco Philippines star Tristan Yawi went undefeated on Chou throughout the entire tournament. And remember, this was the World Championship.
Over comes down, they're still looking for Keyboy and Sands. They're in trouble, it's a double kill for the Storm. Could be a potential dive. Yawi, he wants it, he finds it, and gets the kick, Benny QT. As Yawi now finds, but Yawi, does he find the angle? He finds the kick onto Vin, they're trying to collapse on it. The Bravest Warrior is already in, but Skylar slows them down with the Queen's Call.
That's the carry dip we're talking about.
Like, is there really anything we can say? But Yawi, once again. Yawi with Way the Dragon, they're looking for more here. That's the Colt. Oh, they're committed. It's Keyboy that falls. Making it difficult. He's interrupting his flow. Just like that again with the Way of the Dragon. You can't escape it. He has to watch his positioning. Oh, God. Again, Yawi with Way of the Dragon. Taking out Keyboy. Kyrie trying to defend that bottom side. They come in. Yawi goes in. play, can't connect. Sanford finds Boot.
300 gold in the first minute, worth it, right?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, oh, here we go.
There's a lot being placed in with the Wild is able to survive. Meanwhile, on the top lane, Yaoi finds a Jikujo flicker, brings the jungler back to Sanji for him to pick up
What, maybe 5 to 10 seconds? But Echo now to reconsider.
Oh,
Yaoi gets
here we
a
go.
hit.
on to mid. Now, Team Hot deciding to go back to the mid lane, gets the base turret down, rotating up top, Yaoi finds Panda! Peter's dive pops in, Benny UT finds the kill on the Panda, Flola's gonna be caught.
I mean, that's the thing. You see this as they try to hold on to the tier 1, but the big play from Yaoi again under the turret. Sanford on the backside gonna get pulled with Divine Judgment. Daytona's welcome as well. Blazing to it. Everything being thrown at Onyx Esports. The flicker again from Sanford.
In the M4 Grand Finals against Blacklist International, Chou was such a threat that Blacklist banned him in all 4 games. Even then, they couldn't stop Eco. They went on to win the championship and chose Chou for the exclusive M4 skin as a tribute. Fast forward to M6, Chou was still going strong. He was picked 68 times and had a 58.8% win rate, and the single most played fighter in the entire M series. That's absolutely insane for a hero released 8 years ago. In short, Chou's unique blend of crowd control, pick-up potential, and build flexibility makes him one of the safest and the most game-changing picks in every world tournament. Chou is truly meta-proof. He's been a bruiser, a jungler, and a roamer. He's been nerfed, buffed, and patched countless times, yet he still thrives. In solo queue, he's a freestyle TikToker's favorite. In pro plays, he's a game-winning initiator. And with the most skin in the game, he's a marketing goldmine. Love him or hate him, Chou isn't going anywhere, cause Chou isn't just a hero in Mobile Legends. He's a piece of its history. But now I gotta ask you guys, what's your favorite Chou build right now? Do you go full damage Chou or do you stick to the tanky roamer style? And as always, thank you for watching, gang.